Hi, this is Jason Witt. We're here on Amazons.com, checking out the articles. We're clicking on the environment category and taking a look. Here it is, emissions issues on the rise in U.S. We're clicking on it and we are looking at the article. Emissions Issues on the Rise in U.S. by Jason Witt. When you receive the seal, you will see climate change as the coming end times. You will be interested in the United States taking account of its growth in emissions in the past few years. 10 of the states in the northeastern U.S. are setting up the first cap-and-trade system there to trade carbon allowances. The first carbon dioxide allowance auction is scheduled for September 10th, 2008. It is not finalized. Some of the states need final approval in their legislatures. The cap they have set is 188 million tons, the amount of emissions they expect in the year 2009. From 2015 on, the cap would decrease by 2.5% each year until a 16% emissions reduction happens. The states hope to encourage a national cap-and-trade system in the U.S. This agreement is different from other cap-and-trade systems because the plan is to auction all the allowances up front instead of having them trade on the open market. It will be the first of its kind anywhere in the world. Meanwhile, NASA climate scientist James E. Hansen claims the world surpassed a safe carbon dioxide level back in 1988. That level was 350 parts per million, and the atmosphere is now at 385 parts per million. And an environmental group has tallied U.S. government figures on how much CO2 emissions are growing. In 2007, they grew 2.9%, the biggest growth in almost 10 years. Electricity production only grew 2.3%. The states with the biggest increases were California, Texas, Arizona, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. California had an increase even though the state is committed to cutting CO2 levels. From 2006 to 2007, California CO2 emissions grew by about 4.7 million tons. From 2002 to 2007, Georgia's emissions grew by 20%, or by 16.8 million tons. Georgia is also home to the single most polluting power plant in the nation. From 2006 to 2007, the total CO2 emissions in Texas were 261.8 million tons. That makes Texas the biggest polluter with CO2 and the most energy-hungry state in the U.S. Those emissions rose at a rate of 2.2% that year. Pennsylvania emissions were 123.6 million tons that year, an increase of 3.7%. Carbon dioxide is blamed for being the main greenhouse gas, trapping in the heat of the sun like a greenhouse, but not letting it escape. Jesus also predicted the end of the world. He taught the parable of the fig tree. When the fig tree starts to bud, you know that summer is near. That summer is the way Jesus described the end of the world. And now scientists all over the world agree that the end is coming like a summer. Spring, fall, and winter are becoming a little more like summer each year. This is having a devastating effect on the climate of the earth and its ability to sustain life. When you are sealed, you will see the end times coming, and you will prepare yourself for the return of Jesus. When he returns, he will return within you. There is no need to look around in the world. You will look within yourself. When you are sealed, you will have no more legacy to leave in this world. Nobody will, but you will have an eternal future in heaven to look forward to when you receive the seal. And now Jason Witt, that's me, would like to invite you to head over to sealsecrets.com, and that's where you can pick up the first 3 chapters of my book, Seal of the Soul, for free, and you get another free gift too when you sign up at sealsecrets.com. And head over to sealofthesoul.com, and you can pick up the rest of the book, Seal of the Soul. Well, this is Jason Witt saying, God bless you, and thanks for watching the video.